Hey, kia ora mai tātou te whānau. Hey whānau, it's Lewa here. Welcome back to Kaitaki Marakai Backyard Gardens. Food sustainability and security, food solutions for our hapori, our whānau, communities that we're in. I'm potting around in my mara, and we're in the phase of autumn. So here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, ka tai mai te wahanga o te tau nei, Tokerau, ki tahi kōrero Ngahuru. We're in this autumn phase where we're transitioning from raumati, the heat of the sun, and the summer harvest, the summer work that's been going on over the last 4 months over Christmas and all that type of time, and we're transitioning into winter. We're in this last phase of Te Maramataka Māori. A couple more months left of the Māori lunar calendar, and we start all over again, kind of that end of June period where Matariki comes back up into rangi and tells us we're starting a new year for here in Aotearoa. So what I'm doing today is just potting around. I'm just going to do a bit of an update where things are at the moment. The garden is looking pretty bad in the sense of everything's kind of coming to the end of things, and harvesting. So we're harvesting kumara, we've been harvesting our whigoas, we've been harvesting the last of our tomatoes, and so some of those things we're giving away or storing or finding ways to sustain us over the winter period. I've checked up on my stores that I've got here, and yeah, things like my potatoes and garlic that I harvested over the summer period, they were in storage. Yeah. And so just making sure that they're okay and dry and not going off. The other things that it's showing me that we've changed season is obviously the weather. You know, there's a bit of a chill to the year. The weather's changing. We need to get warmer. The birds are not singing as much as they used to be. The different animals are not moving much. My beehives are kind of winding down. They're not as active. And I'm also seeing rodents, mice around the place a bit more. They're coming into where it's a bit warmer and where their food supply is. So all these little tuhu, all these little signs are telling me that we're transitioning from one part of a year to another and moving into getting ready for the winter period. And so I'll just do some mahi around the garden today and having a nosy, and yeah, I'll just talk through some of the things that I'm considering to do this period of time as I head towards winter. Yeah, hey, we really appreciate those that have liked this channel and make comments along the way. It's all good feedback and really appreciate it. It's all learnings for us to grow in our garden and our community together. If there are things that you want us to chat about or consider, whether it's for our workshops, like we've had a seedling workshop last month, we're going to do a tool maintenance one next month out at Zion Gardens. But yeah, just loved your feedback, and click the like button, click the share button. It all helps the channel in regards to the algorithms and get us out there. I've been around the place, the country, this last 3 weeks. We've been really busy up different wānanga that we've been helping out and supporting our sons in and other people, and so I've neglected my own mother for a little bit, but that's okay. It all comes in cycles. Got to support whānau where you can. But yeah, that's what we're looking at doing today. So if you like it, carry on watching, and if not, you can say ka kite anō, and we'll see you again the next time. Okay, alright then whānau. Yep, well, I'm going to start at the front of our whare, because you would have recalled we had vegetables like tomatoes and pak choy in here, range of tomatoes along there, and some different vegetables along here. This is one of the sad parts about having so much kai, is that some areas you just kind of completely forget and don't really do much work in, and my lettuces are a case in point. They're bolted, really that's all I can say. They just bolted. They haven't been able to do much. Still got some tomatoes going on here. My last of my tomatoes are here. This part here, I'll do what I did last time. I'll take everything out, put down a cover across the beds there. Like I did last time, I put down mulch, wood, grass clippings, just to kind of suppress things a bit, and then when it gets a little bit warmer, springtime, then I'll just open her up again. Although I do have some seedlings that I could plant in here, but I'm not sure if the state of the soil under here. It's not too bad. It's a bit dry, but not too bad. Yeah, some tomatoes in here. I'll cover it again and get it ready for spring, because this has been a really good space for the tomatoes and those lighter vegetables, or the vegetables that don't like heavy heat of the sun. So my lettuces had grown really well in this space, but you know, it's never going to go to waste. Hay will get all this. The shade cloth was for that shade cloth, but I actually don't need it now. So that's one task there. Clean up this edging and tidy that up, and basically prepare it for winter. And what I'll do is I actually shrink down my footprint in regards to my mudder. It gives time for the soil to return back to full health in regards to nitrogen and carbon and all those mixtures, the microorganisms. So I use winter to really feed my beds, and then I'm working in. Lemon tree's going to need pruning, and I've already started doing some pruning on my Feijoa trees. Yeah, so that's chipping needs to go onto the garden, and I'll use that for where I've got the covering. And obviously we have to chip some more that we see over there. We had a bit of a dumping of rain, so I'm going to need to harvest my kumara. I had a little look the other day, we've got some nice long ones, but I pretty much need to harvest this. And I'm going to probably plant out this bed here with my winter vegetables. Yeah, because that's nice and fresh. In fact, I can see it. Let's go. Sorry, farmer. I think I just saw one. Yep. There's a little baby in there, poking out. But we'll harvest this. Cabbages got munted. Yeah. I already put some wood chips down a week ago. A week back, just to suppress the weeds a bit. For these. So we've got some other little things growing in here. Silver beet, they'll start taking away, they'll start growing. My spinach has come back again. So obviously it doesn't like the direct sunlight and the coarseness of the sun. But that's coming back. Capsicums. I've only just recently learned that you can actually pop these, cut them back. So you still got a few of me. Pop them, cut them back to the nodes. Probably do up to this one maybe, and you can replant them. So they actually store. I only just learned that the other day. Here's my hives. I'm going to rejig those. We've had problems with wasps, and through an organisation that provides bee gear in Auckland, they have a mechanism where they can wasp traps. So I'm going to try that. If it goes alright, then I'll expand our operations with our bees. This part here is where our chicken coop's going, so I've left that. I'll be taking up some of the soil here. There's actually nice soil in these beds here, but that's where the chicken coop's going to go. I already had to talk to the owner of the chemist beside us, and there's this dead space in here. I've asked him if I can use that. What I'll do by using that, I'll also tidy up the weeds and the rubber that's over there, and then the chickens just can munch along. Got some other little bits of kumara that I've just spread down. Here's my avocado tree. In hindsight, I probably should have planted it somewhere else, but hey, I've got an avocado tree growing. Now we're just going to see if it produces fruit. Just trialing it, haven't seen anything yet. Yep, it's growing. Tomatoes, spring onions, courgettes. As I say, whānau, this is really coming to the end of our season, so everything's kind of finding it hard to grow, and the sun's not as warm. So yeah, looks a bit ugly, but that's to be expected. So we've got the front garden, we've got our main big one, we've got this bed here, we've got the centre bit here, and then the two edges that we have. So I'm going to pretty much, that bed's going to be turned into a chicken area, and I'm just using the size of the posts. We'll harvest that, that's our most recent bed. I'll plant that out for our winter brassicas, and I'll probably put some more silver beet in here. I really like our brassicas, so yeah, and then the rest of it will winter down, meaning that our intent over the winter period is to feed the soil. At our seedling germination workshop, we did an example of planting out seedlings, which is in that bit there, so they're taken away quite nicely. That middle bit in here will be the only part that I'll be growing on this butter. We'll be pulling out the tomatoes, pulling out all these sides here, and just putting the nutrients back into the soil, and that can come from either laying down cover crops, so like lupins. We could plant down lupins in here, let them grow over the winter period, and then we'll cut those down and dig them into the soil. We can use our wood chips, we can use grass clippings, we can use compost, we can use worm castings from our worm farm. We can put that back in. All this idea here is about the mauri. It's about the energy, the life that's in the soil. So things like the worms, the microorganisms, and the fungi. We're wanting to feed them, and just to bring health back into the soil. And all of that, when it comes to springtime, the soil will be wet and ready, and I'll test the pH level with my little tester I've got there, and I generally will sit that's between 5 and 6, maybe 7 on the high end, but yeah, around that kind of figure on it. If you're looking at a spectrum of 1 or 0 to 14, like that 7 kind of in the middle on the pH levels. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we're doing, is just tidying up around the place. Feed jars have still got plenty on here. Pruned it back real hard last year. We've got, man, it's been a real blessing. Real good crop this year. Josie loves her feed jars, and so yeah, we're eating it like crazy. End of season. It's just the end. This is what end of season looks like. So this is normal whānau. This is normal when you're coming to the transition phase of a season. You're looking for the signs for that to happen. And for us on land, it is the maramatapa calendar, lunar calendar that we have here in Aotearoa. It's your vegetables. So I need to get this up. The kumara is starting to go yellow, but also more importantly, as we move towards the colder months, rain tends to come, and I don't want them to rot because there's too much moisture in the soil. They don't like too much moisture, so I need to have a nosy at that and get harvesting. I'm trying to leave it as late as possible because, as I said before, these are food. Planning to store them. This is kai for us over winter time. So how I'm checking that is I am just digging along, having a look at them, see how they are. They still nice and healthy. Just leave them. But I'm keeping a real close eye on those. And then the other stuff, vegetables here, I'm just feeding them. I've got different teas. I've got comfrey, which is that plant there. Putting into water with a bit of sugar, and that's a fertilizer. I've got my worm juice. I've also got in that barrel over there, catches rain. I've got in that one over there, I've got banana peels, and so yeah, comfrey, worm juice, and banana peels, different components back into, or nutrients back into the soil, and feed the plants. Boost them up and this was a no dig, and always proper little weeds coming through. Yeah, so look at that, over there, detail, worms, the colour of that soil, beautiful. Look at that. Yep, so this all breaks down into that beautiful soil that you see underneath. So that's what we're looking for in our husbandry of our different mana. So my schedule, I'm just working through that, plopping around. Alright, but this is the Rewai Tokerau, Kaitaki Marakai, backyard gardens. This is the only one that I'm working on from a perspective of getting organic certification. We have used no man-made additives or sprays or suppressants in here, so it's all natural. You've got to deal with the plants, and as I'm growing in this area for myself in regards to organic growing through Te Waka Kaiora and Te Hua Parekore principles, I'm learning how to deal with other animals that come in and eat our vegetables, which ordinarily people would just go and get a spray and spray it on it. But yeah, it's the harm that those sprays are doing to our bodies over a longer period of time. And one of my principles is that make abundant of it. That way you're not too worried about the white butterflies eating them, because you've got other plants there too, although they're a pain. But it's all learnings for us. I'm growing in this space, and our other gardens, so we've got Mata Phil's place and Debbie's place, got the Papakainga. We've got a couple of other gardens that we're looking at starting up this year, in the sense of getting the beds ready for them. And if we can do that by the end of May, like we did with Debbie's place, they'll actually have some vegetables coming into spring. Awesome. Alright, click the like button, click the share button, and have a great weekend, whānau. Hei kona. Peace. I dug up some kumara. Look what I got. You remember when I planted these? If you look back on one of the videos of my kumara planting, I just planted a tupu with roots on it, along here, and that was from one one of them. Not many. Hey, there's a meal. Too much of it. Praise the Lord. Turning back to the garden. Growing our own kai. Go kumara. Hehe. Alrighty.